I hear 2 boops, 3 boops.
There we go. Now, hopefully you can't hear the audio anymore, right?
No.
Sweet. You can just see the cool image. And listening to my voice on there, does it sound like it's peaking or anything? Peak. Ha.
It's not peaking, no. It is kind of low, though. It's not peaking, though.
Too low. How about this one? Test.
That's a little bit better.
2. Crank it up even more.
Yeah, it's better.
Is that too loud for you guys on the Discord? Test.
No, it's not too loud.
That's fine.
Sweet. All right. Boop.
Turn me down. No, I'm incredibly loud. Holy smokes.
Oh, you are. Damn. There we go.
We'll see in a second here. Yeah, I'm lower now.
Yeah. Well, we will continue waiting. But we can listen to chill ambience now.
That I hear. Gigamantis.
Yo.
Can't believe it. The return.
Might be having trouble getting his little ones down. Too loud?
No, not at all.
Excellent. Well, I don't really want to repeat myself, so I don't know how to fill the void. Hurry up, homie.
Oh, maybe the music is like compared to your voice, it's kind of loud, but to everyone else, it's like.
So we turn it down even more. Is it too quiet there?
No, it's not too quiet.
Or is it too loud there?
No, it's perfect.
Excellent. Well, hopefully the audio won't be fucking ass this time. I also have a new camera angle too.
No way.
Yeah.
A camera angle for when you use flashes with the webcam.
Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, it's also a much smaller lens, so you don't see my entire fucking room.
The tiny dot. It's a tiny dot. It zooms in on the eye.
Yes. For anyone watching, we're waiting on one more player. Should be here soon, hopefully. Welcome to the stream, though. Original plan was Razorwake Session 1 from last week's Session 0. But one of our players had some grandparent visits that they had to take care of. So we decided to do Session 0 for this one. New game. It's going to be starting up on Fridays after today. Not this Friday, but the following Friday will be the Session 1 for that. Players are already aware, but for the viewers, this world, we aren't using the normal D&D classes. They've all been banned. Instead, my players have been given 18 custom classes to choose from. And, yeah. Each one's got 2 separate archetypes, aside from the Dragon Knight. The Dragon Knight has 4. Definitely not favoritism, I promise.
I sense a lie. I'm doubting.
Well, it's just very heavily tied into the lore of the world, so I figured I'd give it a little extra love. As you might be able to tell from the little title screen here, Champions of Drakkheim is the name of the game here. Yeah. There's some kind of Norse mythology-esque mythology ingrained in this one. Especially the world itself, which, you know, I'll just get into the description, and homie can watch the video to get caught up. So, yeah, long ago, the elemental planes collided in a cataclysm known as the Shift. From this chaos, the material plane of Drakkheim, it was forged. A broken world held together by the will of Io, the first dragon. The world isn't governed by distant deities or far-flung powers. Rather, it is run by dragon lords. They are living gods that rule the 5 nations. Long ago, there were dozens of them, but they, alongside their champions, vanished mysteriously 500 years ago. Now there are only a few dragon lords that remain, and those that do are in a sort of stasis or slumber, as if time itself remains still for them. As I mentioned, we've got 5 nations here. The central nation would be Yggdalis. This is the nation and the core of the world where the world tree is rooted. The nation of Yggdalis is comprised of the various cities, hamlets, villages, towns that are built onto and around, onto the tree itself and around the roots of the tree as well. There are 3, I guess you could call them, not quadrants wouldn't be the right word because that means 4 tridents. For 3 of the nations, being Vatnagard, Vuurheim, and Adhairvall. These nations are sort of nestled in between the large roots of the world tree. and their borders start where the borders of Yggdalis end. These are marked pretty clearly when it comes to actually traveling the world. But as for the nations themselves, I'll go into just a little bit of them. So for Vuurheim, this is the Firelands. The capital of this nation is Valkyrie. It's a land of active volcanoes, towering mountains, and industrial might. Smoke rises from massive foundries where metal is forged day and night. The people here value strength, honor, and steel. The leadership, the nation is ruled by House Draconis, the first humans to have existed in Drakkheim. Currently, King Ignis IV sits on the throne, a noble warrior trying to maintain peace in a land that is beset by powerful and greedy merchants, as well as their own people. Also, welcome.
Hey, sorry. Girls are having a rough time, and it seems like anything I put on the counter ends up on the floor.
I figured. It's all right. You're not too late though. I was just describing the world here. Literally just got started into the nitty gritty of it. Also, you can just go check out the first 15 minutes of the video after it gets uploaded onto YouTube too to catch up.
Hell yeah.
So that was the one last thing. The current state of Vuurheim, it is the technological heart of the world, but its hunger for fuel is causing a bit of tension with the other nations. Then we will move on from Vuurheim, the Firelands, onto Vatnagard, the Water Ward. The capital of Vatnagard is Glasmar. This is a nation of two worlds. There is the harsh frozen ice shelves above, and the bioluminescent glass dome cities deep beneath the ocean that kind of exist in the Sea of Worlds, which is the land itself is pretty much one solid landmass, and then the Sea of Worlds just goes on infinitely all around it. So Vatnagard, the dome cities beneath the ocean are all considered part of Vatnagard, and then the ice shelves above would be the landmass of Vatnagard in that trident that I had mentioned previously. Here, the society is one of intellect and survival. Science and alchemy kind of run the place. The leadership here, the High Council of Tides, a meritocracy of the brightest minds that sort of maintain the life support systems of the biodomes and make life a bit easier to live in the frozen ice shelves for those willing to tie themselves to a civilization. There are, of course, wandering tribes that will traverse the landscape as well. The current state of Vatnagard, waters are pretty troubled. There is industrial runoff from Vuurheim polluting the currents, threatening the very delicate ecosystem that they try to maintain down there. Then we move on to Adhairvall. This is the third of the tridents. The capital city here is Vindar. Adhairvall is a vast, windswept desert of white sands and endless sky, a land of philosophers, artists, and duelists. The cities are protected by high walls to deflect the razor-sharp winds that sort of bluster about. The leadership here would be the Forum Pansophical. Disputes here are settled by either debate or ritual combat. The current state of Adhairvall is a land of peace, but it is also very stagnant. The forums sort of debate endlessly, often delaying action on the world's growing problems. And then the last of our above world nations would be Yggdalis. The capital of Yggdalis is Drasselheim. Here, this is the vibrant beating heart of the world. As I mentioned, the entire region is dominated by Yggdrasil. The canopy sort of covers the skies. The cities are woven directly into the living bark and massive roots, a sanctuary for all life. The leadership here is the Council of Roots, led by High Speaker Alara. They govern a sort of a loose confederation of independent communities known collectively as the Dalises. The state here, while the heart of the forest remains peaceful, the borders are tense. The western city of Yggdalis faces constant pressure from Vuurheim logging operations, trying to get fuel for their machines. You all will be beginning in the region of Yggdrasil, Yggdalis, rather. In particular, the town known as Oakendalis, a bustling trade town nestled in the crook of two of the massive protruding roots of the world tree. It's a fairly rustic and busy town. The key landmark here would be the Amber Tankard. It is a tavern that is quite literally carved from amber. The proprietor, Thistle, is known worldwide for her famous ambrosia mead.
That's cheeky.
The town where you all will be beginning is currently in the midst of preparing for the Festival of the First Bud, a celebration of the new season, being the spring season. Travelers from all over Yggdalis have gathered to watch the Elder bless the sacred sapling, and that is where you all will be starting. Before I move on, is there any questions or anything that you all want answered about the regions, the cities, whatnot?
You said there will be a video posted, like the first 15 minutes of a video posted?
Well, the whole we're live streaming right now. It's all going to be uploaded on the YouTube channel afterwards.
Gotcha. Okay, I was gonna ask just so I had a place to go back and check because I definitely missed some stuff there.
Yeah, I will.
Why are we in the town?
That is up for you all to decide.
I think that's gonna be based on party makeup, no?
Essentially.
Because like if we're all a bunch of bards, we're just a traveling band.
Well,
I don't think mine would be a very good bard.
Definitely no bard here.
Any other questions or anything before we move on?
No, I thought I did, but no, I don't.
Is there any nations that you suggest us not to really be a part of or come from?
We'll get into that once I start describing the champion archetypes that you all will be selecting from. Whatever archetype you choose kind of locks in your nation. All of the nations are there isn't any like completely war-torn nation or anything like that I would recommend against. All of the archetypes, the classes, they all have ties specifically to the regions that they're from, and they are broken down in one of the documents that I have too. So
I was gonna say, you told me where I shouldn't go, and that's where I want to be. Like,
Well, I actually did forget one whole region. The nation of Erdefell. This is the nation that exists underneath Yggdrasil. Compared to the Sea of Worlds, this is probably the second largest of the nations. Erdefell itself, the capital is Underfell. As I mentioned, the nation is carved entirely underground, a world of sort of eternal twilight lit by glowing crystal and phosphorescent fungi. The people here are tough, stoic, and fiercely isolationist. This is one of the few nations that does have an active dragon lord that is still actively running the kingdom. That would be the Dragon Lord Odlum, the Unbreaking Fortress. He is an adamantite dragon. Though the day-to-day minutia is mostly ran by the mining guilds and the military police, known as the Ordos Ferrum. Currently here, the mines run a bit deep. Some might say too deep. The lower tunnels of Erdefell happen to brush against Murkheim, also for those more D&D inclined, known as the Shadowfell. So there is a sort of constant vigilance from a sort of death guard that kind of guards the deepest, darkest parts of the infinite mines to try and stop any Shadowfell incursions. And since I mentioned Berkheim, I will also mention Adhairvall. This is the Splendor Plains, also known as the Feywilds. This is also a solid part of the world, but it exists high in the clouds above the branches of Yggdrasil. So chances of going there, not necessarily zero, but yeah, there is no multiversal planar cosmology here. It is all one solid thing interconnected by Yggdrasil and Io. Okay.
I was gonna like, I don't remember the name of it, but is there what's it called? Like the Thor movies to get into dude, every name's drawing a blank right.
The Bifrost?
Yeah, is there something similar to that in this?
That would literally just be regular old transportation magic.
Oh, okay.
Teleportation.
Gotcha. Okay.
There does exist. This is kind of a steampunky-esque industrialized world, so there are airships and stuff too.
Okay.
Yeah. Then if there's no other questions on any of the nations or anything, I will move on to the champions, being you four. In this world, most people are ordinary. Soldiers use swords. Wizards use study and scrolls. You, however, are different. You are the inheritors of the lost traditions, ancient martial and magical arts that vanished 500 years ago alongside most of the Dragon Lords and their champions. Whether by bloodline, destiny, accident, curse, what have you, you wield powers the modern world has forgotten. To the common folk, you will be a source of wonder, a source of fear, a source of confusion. As far as they're concerned, it's literally like a mythological character that is wandering the realms. At least once you guys get a bit more renown under your belt. As we progress, you will all acquire a dormant heirloom, be it a rusted weapon, a tattered cloak, strange amulet. That'll feel heavier and more significant than a normal gear. This is a system that I'm calling regalias. I have a set of 18 regalia linked to all 18 of the classes. Your unique champion will have their own unique regalia. That will be a magical item that will grow alongside you as you experience growth, experience the past of your previous champion incarnations, and just set about the world creating your own myth. Any questions about that little section before I move on to the champions themselves?
Hmm. The regalia, that's sort of like specific, not to the class really, but for the
It is specific to the class.
Ooh. Okay.
Would it be like a set item, or would it be
Yes.
like an item like okay?
As I mentioned, it is an item very intrinsically linked to the past of your heroic destiny, pretty much. It is the ancient items wielded by the champions of yore in the time of the Dragon Lords.
Alright, cool.
With that, I will shift a bit over to the proper the champions themselves. As I mentioned, for centuries, the champions, mortals chosen to wield the direct power of the Dragon Lords, have been extinct. The arts thought lost to time. You all are the exception to this rule. As I mentioned, each of the nations has a specific champion tied to that nation. For Vuurheim, this would be the Dragon Knight, the Medic, the Pyromancer, and the Lodestar. For Vatnagard, this would be the Alchemist, the Swift Spear, and the Dark Spell. For Yggdalis, this would be the Drake Keeper, the Lion Fang, the Shield Knight, and the Blind Samurai. For Erdefell, this would be the Stone Sage, the Unliving, and the Dusk Cloak. For Adhairvall, this would be the Tactician, the Blind Seer, and the Hidden Blade. And there is one final champion, origins unknown, the Blind Mystic, with ties to the Order of the Blind. As I'm sure you all picked up, there are 3 classes within this section here: the Blind Seer, the Blind Mystic, and the Blind Samurai. These classes do impose blindness on you as a player, but you also get blind sight in return. And there is some deep lore about the Order of the Blind that you all will uncover if one of you decide to engage in one of those classes. Since Kikori has already informed me what class she desires to play, being the Dragon Knight, I will swap my little screenies here. Boom. You guys should be able to see my computer, or my monitor now. And I will get on down to the Dragon Knight so you can check it out.
Is there a link?
I'll share this link now, I guess.
So we have 2 Dragon Knights?
No, just you.
Just me. Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't say me. You said.
I said,
Yeah, you said Kikori.
I did say Kikori, my bad. I meant Kiski. Deep apologies. So here's the Dragon Knight. Got your primary ability scores here being Strength and Constitution. This is the archetype of Calixos, a champion of Vuurheim. Hit dice D8, saving throws, con, and charisma. You get the full gambit of armors and weapons available to you. Dragon Knights are warriors who have forged a pact with the ancient power of dragonkind. Unlike paladins who swear oaths to ideals or fighters who master technique, Dragon Knights channel the raw elemental devastation of dragons. They are battlefield terrors who breathe fire, sprout wings, and command the awe of allies and enemies alike. Here's your table. All of the classes that I'm presenting here do get access to weapon masteries. And there are a couple of special weapon types for each class that allow you to apply different types of weapon masteries, aside from what they usually come with. Got standard proficiency bonus progression, standard ability score progression for level, like every 4, 8, 16, 12, for ASIs or feats. And then you see here the Draconic dice table. Every single class in here has its own unique resource type that they use to fuel their class abilities. For the Dragon Knight, this is Draconic dice. This does scale with your level, and then the number here is the maximum amount of Draconic dice that will be available to you in your pool as you level up. Here we have your starting equipment. Though we'll get a bit more into starting equipment once everybody has their, or sorry, not the starting equipment, the starting proficiencies. We'll get into starting equipment once everybody's got their characters. So for the Dragon Knight, you will select a Draconic Covenant at level 1. This is the standard dragon types. There is also additional dragon types that are specific for this world near the bottom of the class description as well. There's different types of dragons aside from the usual chromatic, gem, and metallic that you all may be used to. We've got gem dragons, or I already said gem dragons, but there's more metallic dragons and more chromatic dragons. As I mentioned, there's the adamantite dragon Adlam, just as an example. Go back up to the top here. Got your Draconic dice. This is your base uses of your Draconic dice abilities. You get a breath weapon, and then Worm's Rebuke, which is a reactionary kind of hellish rebuke type ability that you can use too. Level 3, you pick your archetype. As I mentioned, there are 4 subclasses. I have the general sort of archetype for them listed after. You've got the Order of the Scale, which is a kind of typical tank. The Order of the Breath, which is typical blaster. Got the Order of the Sky, which is like a dragoon. And you have the Order of the Horde, which is like a commander, because we all know the true treasure is friendship.
Yay.
Fuck all of you.
That's part of friendship too.
One other thing too, a good majority of the classes here do also get extra attack as well. So you will see that. And then okay, there's the sort of brief overview of the Dragon Knight for you. Will that still seem like something that you would be interested in running?
Oh yeah, I'll run it. Just the character.
Cool.
I think the one I was looking at was Tactician.
The Tactician? Alright, we'll get over there next. So, the Tactician. This is based on the archetype of Silas Fend, a champion of Adhairvall. Your primary abilities would be Intelligence and Con. You have a D8 hit dice. You've got Intelligence and Wisdom for your saving throws. Light, Medium, and Shield armor proficiencies. And then you've got weapon proficiencies with all types of weapons. You also get a proficiency in a gaming set of your choice. The Tactician, they don't win battles through brute force or magical talent, but through their own superior intellect. They view combat as a game of dragon chess, where every ally is a piece to be positioned and every enemy has a flaw to be exploited. While others fight the duel, the Tactician will fight the war. So, for the Tactician, as I mentioned, they also get weapon masteries, and their unique resource is command points. They also get a set number of known plans that they can spend their command points on. At level 1, you can use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dexterity for attacks you make with weapons. You also get to add your intelligence modifier to your initiative rolls. As I mentioned, you know 2 battle plans when you start. They take a bonus action to activate. It will create a 30-foot aura centered on you that will buff or hinder you and your allies or your foes. They last for a minute or until you're incapacitated, kind of like a barbarian rage or a sorcerer's, whatever the heck the new thing's called. Get weapon masteries. They also get fighting styles. Level 2 is when you get your command points proper. You can use them to, as a bonus action, give your allies things that they can do with their reactions. That's for one of the subclasses. You can buff one of your allies with temporary hit points, or you can analyze weaknesses to learn vulnerabilities, resistances, or immunities against a creature that you use your command points on. This also gives the next attack against them advantage. At level 3, you would choose your academy. You've got the Academy of the Grand Strategist and the Academy of the Mastermind. Level 5, when you take the attack action, you can instead allow one of your allies within 30 feet of you to take the attack action. That's just level 5 there. For your subclasses, you've got the Grand Strategist. This lets you kind of maneuver your allies a bit better, kind of treating the grid as a chessboard, as it were. And then the Mastermind is more of like a spy for like courtly intrigue and things like that. You can use your intelligence modifier for deception and insight checks. You also create a unique cipher that you and whoever you teach the cipher to can read. Which, actually, looking at this document, it seems like I forgot to copy over the battle plans. Oh no, they're right here. So this document is also just the sort of like compounded versions of everything. I have much more like fully detailed versions of all the subclasses as well, or all of the class information once you all get everything settled on. So some examples of your battle plans: you can give an ally bonuses to attack. You can give them bonuses to their AC. You can increase their movement speed, allow them to move without taking any attacks of opportunity, or you can let them treat dice rolls of 1 or 2 for damage as 3s instead. That sound like something that you wanna keep pursuing?
I mean, it's character, so I'll look at it. Yeah, it's about the only thing that really seemed to fit the character.
All right.
And I ain't doing Yip Yap. Yip Yap would be Fireball.
So we've got Abby and Adrian. Any of the classes grabbing your attention?
I'm doing a little reading up right now. It kind of looks like one of these is a mix between like an idea I've been talking with you about for years. The tank bard. Been reading on your blind mystic Iron Iron Bell?
Yep.
Living Gong, yeah. I'm reading up right now. This one's got me curious, but I'm looking around still.
About you, Abby?
No, underneath Tactician was the Lodestar, and I was looking at that because
The Lodestar?
me of freaking. Yeah, that gave me some. I like the art for that.
Yeah. The Lodestar's pretty cool. This is based on the archetype of Emil, a champion of Erdefell. Your intelligence and con are your primary ability scores, d8 hit dice, intelligence and con saving throws, light and medium armor. You also get simple weapons and martial weapons, and smith's tools. The Lodestar is a master of magnetism and telekinesis. They do not dirty their hands with the hilt of a sword. Rather, they conduct the flow of battle like a maestro, orchestrating floating weapons to strike, parry, and defend. They are the centers of gravity on the battlefield, around whom all steel must obey. So, for the Lodestar, your primary resource would be polarity points. You also see the orbiting arsenal there. That is the amount of weapons you're allowed to have orbiting you to use in combat. You start being able to do just one, getting the second one at level 2, and the third one at level 7, all the way up to 6, starting at level 18. So for the orbiting arsenal, this will function kind of similar to a like an Eldritch Knight fighter, where once you bond to a weapon, you can kind of just call it whenever you need to. Whenever you take the attack action, you can attack with one of your orbiting weapons instead of holding one. The weapon does gain a reach of 30 feet. You use your intelligence instead of strength. And you can use a shield in one hand and still attack with your orbiting weapons. Also, while war weapons are orbiting you, your hands are free, so you can do things like interact with the battlefield and whatnot. You've got unarmored defense there, weapon masteries. So the intent of this one is pretty much you can apply all of your weapon masteries that you have to all of your weapons. So if you have like a sword as your floating or your orbiting weapon, you can apply the top of weapon mastery of a quarterstaff if you have that in your weapon mastery choices. For your polarity points, when you've got push, pull, and hold here, kind of Jedi-esque. Whenever you hit a creature with your orbiting weapons, you can either push them or pull them by expanding your polarity points, or you can attempt a little force lock, telekinesis, do a little bit of crowd controlling. For your archetypes, you have the Symphony of the Maestro and the Symphony of the Resonant Blade. Level 5, you get extra attack. Then we'll go on to the subclasses there. And the first one, the Maestro. This one is for those that want to kind of take full advantage of the vast arsenal of weapons. This allows you to conduct, as it were, multiple weapons. You get a few different bonuses for alternating with your weapons, things like that. You can do a little bit of increased damage by spending your polarity points. You also get a little free animate objects cast in there, a little cheeky level 10 ability. And then you've got the grand finale, which is a big old unlimited blade works.
Nice.
And then you've got the resonant blade. This is the soloist. This is for the lodestars that, rather than a vast array of weapons, they would rather focus on big boys. This allows you to bond with heavy and two-handed weapons. You can do a little damage reduction, get a little AC shred, and then the big old final note there is your freaking Cardathia split the heavens ultimate ability.
Heck yeah. Disintegrates at 0 HP. Nice.
Yep. That seem like a class for you?
I can't decide right away. There's a lot to choose from.
That there is.
But that one was pretty cool.
So,
Also, I'm just curious about the blind mystic. I think it was the last one.
The blind mystic.
If I'm correct.
that's the one I was looking into too.
The blind mystic is an ascetic who has taken a vow of blindness to attune themselves to the great song. This is the resonant frequency of the universe. As I've mentioned, there are three individuals within, or three organizations within the Order of the Blind: the samurai, who masters the blade; the seer, who masters fate; and the mystic, who masters the vibrations of the soul. They perceive the world through echolocation, feeling the heartbeat of a mouse from across a room. In combat, they are fluid and silent, striking with open palms that send destructive vibrations through armor and bone. And this is kind of a little like, as Adrian was saying, a little like monkey tanky bard. You got your D8 hit dice, dexterity, wisdom, primary abilities, dexterity, wisdom saving throws, no armor, simple weapons, short swords, and you also get proficiency with a musical instrument. As I also stated previously, each of the blind abilities, or the blind champions, they impose blindness on you. Blindness can't be removed via magic. Does give you a range of blind sight. But in the case of the blind mystic, they perceive through a sound and vibration, a little tough action. However, downside of this is taking thunder damage or being in magical silence does sort of hinder your ability to perceive things. You've got weapon mastery is level 1. Level 2 is your resonance pool. For this one, they get it scales with the class, similar to a monk unarmed die. You can replace your unarmed strikes or your monk weapons. This should be a blind mystic, but with that roll instead of the base dice roll that it has. And then you also have Flurry of Blows available to you. You've got Step of the Wind available to you, similar to the Monk's Step of the Wind. Level 3 is when you take your vow. You got 2. The Vow of the Iron Bell, or I believe I renamed this one. Oh, I didn't make the change on this one. I can't remember what I changed the name to. It's in here. It's the Vow of the Screaming Void, but I think I changed it to like Vow of the Thundering Peaks, I think is what it is. Yeah, that's what it is, the Thundering Peaks. Because I had one idea and I decided not to do that and went with a different idea instead. Yeah, your extra attack, and then you also get Stunning Strike, Stunning Resonance. By expending your Resonance points, you can stun a foe. For your archetypes, you've got the Vow of the Iron Bell. This one lets you get a little reactionary. Also gives you some damage resistance, so you can do a little tank in here. And then like their big thing is you know, the old the Diablo monk ability where they slap a bell down and punch it, and then it makes a big old shockwave. And then for the Vow of the Thundering Peaks, this one gives you ranged unarmed strikes. That switches their damage to thunder damage instead of bludgeoning damage. You do extra damage against objects and structures. You can do a little bootleg shatter ability. And then you get a big old sonic blast as your level 5 or level 15 ability. Since both of you are interested in that one, limited to one champion per so you'll have to fight it out if you both want to be a mystic.
Alright, the question is, you want to do dice or guns? You doing back-to-back dual flintlocks? Like, nah, I'm playing.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Bring back dueling.
I don't remember what state. There's one that's still written in the rules, even though it's probably not allowed anymore.
I wouldn't be surprised if it were Texas.
You know, I'm getting a weird
yeah,
feeling
Texas
about
does have.
Arkansas.
No, Texas does have dueling laws.
Meet you at the Buc-ee's.
Meet you at the boat.
It requires you to have a police officer there, but yeah, then you can duel.
I mean, we could just make it a southern tradition to go to Waffle House.
There's that too. Meet you at the Waffle House parking lot.
Let's go. Let's see.
Was there any other classes that drew your eyes?
So far, not really.
I mean, there is the Unliving.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Zombie man.
This is based off the archetype of Meat Sack. A champion of Erdefell.
Okay.
You've got Con and Strength as your primary abilities, D12 hit die. Strength Con saving throws, proficiency in all armor and shields. Got simple weapons, martial weapons. Leatherworker's tools for self-repair. As it says, the unliving are not born, they are made, whether raised by a necromancer, stitched together in a lab, or cursed by a dark artifact. They are beings of death given motive force. They don't feel pain, fear, or fatigue in the way that mortals do. They are engines of destruction held together by dark magic and stables.
Did you say dark magic and staples?
Yes.
I absolutely love that.
Did you? I thought you would like the original champions there, Meat Sack.
That gave me a good chuckle for sure.
Your main ability or your resource is Grave Essence. You also have necrotic physiology. Your creature type is undead, making you immune to things like hold person, but you can still be affected by things like turn undead. You have immune to both poison damage and the poison condition and disease. You don't need to eat, drink, or sleep. However, you do still need to get a long rest in which you spend 6 hours literally doing nothing. As for healing, things like cure wounds and heal, they wouldn't work on you. However, the mending cantrip will heal you. It does take a minute to do so, though. But they also have self-healing in the form of their self-stitch ability. For them, their body is their weapon. They get a little unarmed strike damage bonus there. Their fists are treated as heavy weapons. You can also apply the push or topple ability to your fists. As for your grave essence, you can spend the majority of the things that you can spend them on is this one here. When you take damage, you can spend a grave essence to reduce the damage that you take. You can also spend your hit dice in combat to heal yourself for 1d10 plus your level. They get fighting styles. They've got 2 corpse origins, the origin of the Death Knight or the origin of the Rotwalker. They've got extra attack. As for the archetypes, we've got the Order of the Death Knight. They get the ability to they get some runes that they can apply to weapons and armor. They also get a cool little Hellfire Orb ability. And then their primary thing gives their capstone ability. They gain a flying speed of 60 feet. Any creature that starts a turn within 5 feet of them takes 2d10 necrotic damage. And if you deal damage to a creature with 50 hit points or less, they need to make a Constitution saving throw. If they fail, they die immediately.
Yippee!
The Rotwalker, this is more of like a kind of like poison and disease thing over here. Your level 3 ability, you've got your Aura of Decay. Creatures that start within 5 feet of you have to make a con save or get poisoned. And then whenever they hit you with a melee weapon, they take poison damage. You've got a little bile breath over here, and then you can spend your grave essence on. And then their level 15 ability lets them unleash a death cloud in a 30-foot radius that deals 4d10 damage at the start of a creature's turn that starts their turn there. And any creature that starts or that dies in there gets raised as a zombie under your control. That lasts for 1 minute, and then they crumble into dust.
Oh, heck yeah. Make all the homies zombies at the end of the day.
Yep.
I don't want to be a zombie.
And just because it might present a little logistical issues, your Aura of Decay, if you do go this archetype, will only be active in combat. You don't just stink all the time.
That'd
Okay,
be
good.
fun.
I was just thinking about how long the rest would go. He just has to stand there for 6 hours. It's like
Yeah.
all we hear while we're laying down is like Go to bed. uh, I was curious on this Shield Knight too.
Captain America.
Ah,
On your left.
I was thinking shield smashing boards.
On
and
your
just-
left.
Yeah, you've got that too. I mean, Captain America fights with a shield, yeah. The Shield Knight, specialized warrior who views the shield not as a passive piece of armor, but a primary weapon of war. Unlike other martial classes that rely on dodging or parrying, the Shield Knights physically place themselves between danger and their allies. They are anchors on the battlefield, capable of creating mobile cover, bashing foes into submission, and shrugging off blows that would fail lesser warriors. This is Jorenvel, a champion of Yggdalis. Strength and con are your primary abilities. D10 hit dice, strength and con saving throws, full gambit of armor and weapon proficiencies, and smithing proficiencies. Here, this is kind of similar to the Blind Mystic's Resonance die or the Monk's weapon dice. They get shield dice, which scales with their level, and you can apply your shield dice size to the attacks that you make with your shield. For level 1, you ignore any strength requirements for heavy armor, and wearing heavy armor does not reduce your speed. Additionally, you can act as mobile cover. Allies within 5 feet of you gain +2 passive AC, provided you are conscious and wielding a shield. Level 1, you also get Shield Warrior. Your shields count as a martial melee weapon with the light property. It deals a d6 bludgeoning damage on a hit. You can also dual shield. You only get the +2 bonus to your AC from one shield, but you can do 2 weapon fighting. You got your fighting styles. You got your shield mastery. You can also apply push, sap, slow, or topple to your shields whenever you strike with them. Level 2, you've got your shield dice pool over here. You got a couple of little base things there that you can spend it on. You can either brace. When you get hit by an attack, you can use a reaction to reduce the damage you take by whatever you roll on your shield dice plus your con. And then you can also, whenever an ally gets attacked within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to do the same thing, but reduce damage to your ally instead of yourself. You got your order at level 3, the Order of the Iron Bastion or the Order of the Aegis Striker. You know, Irish attack at level 5. For your orders, the Order of the Bastion. While you're wearing heavy armor, any bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage you take from non-magical weapons is reduced by an amount equal to your proficiency bonus. You also get Interceding Dash, which increases the range of your cover ally reaction ability, which is that one that I described where you can reduce the damage. Literally tossing your shield over there, or you can move up to 15 feet without provoking opportunity attacks to get within 5 feet of an ally that you use the reaction on. A level 7 pretty much increases the bonus of your Bulwark of Iron ability from +2 to +5 passive AC. And then at level 15, you just you get a kind of rage that you can do for 1 minute. It gives you resistance to all damage, makes you immune to charm, frighten, stun, or being knocked prone. Does have your speed, and you can either spend 5 of your shield dice to get a use back of it, or you can get it back on a long rest. Then you have the Aegis Striker. This is lets you throw your shield. It gives your shield the range property, thrown 20/60. And then whenever you take the attack action and you successfully hit a creature, you can make an additional attack on a creature that is within 10 feet of your original target. For level 3, when you use your cover ally reaction, and the attacking creature is within reach of you, which would count the 28 feet of your shield, you can make a melee or ranged weapon attack against the attacker as part of the reaction. And then their thing increases the thrown distance of your shield from 60 or 260/120. And then when you use your pinball strike, you can target 2 additional creatures, provided each one is within 15 feet of the previous target. Literally Captain America hurling shields.
Okay. Who was I in competition with the blind mystic with?
That would be Abby. Yeah.
Do you still want that? I wouldn't mind going shield on the shield tier.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll rock the shield knight.
Cool. We've got some very martial-minded boys.
Yeah, we just got nothing but people to beat people up.
Which honestly, you being a tactician, pretty good in this setup.
Yeah, I'm like, it was like, oh, I could be the pyromage, but no, we need. Everybody's gonna go melee most likely, so I'll go tactician.
I just like playing tanks.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
go tank, then I'll get to just beat shit up.
Yeah, you can pick one of the other archetypes for the Dragon Knight. Well, looks like we've got everybody's champions settled. We got a blind mystic, we've got a shield knight, we've got a dragon knight, and a tactician. And then I will also preface, as with all things homebrew, obviously, as we're playing, if abilities end up being either a little too underpowered or too overpowered, they're all subject to change.
Yeah, that's right.
So I think with that, we'll move over to the last little bit. I know, Spotty, you had some questions about Hero's Diary.
I have no idea how to use Hero's Diary.
Yeah.
I'm too spoiled on D&D Beyond. I'm like,
It's
I
pretty
used
much
the,
just manual entry, so.
Well, like I had an automated entry 2 way back with Yip Yap. It was kind of like you just fill it in, so it was like cool.
This is in the rules and regulations channel for you players here. This is Hero's Diary. Obviously, let's see. I will just make a little character over here. Let's see here. We'll call them Steve. So you can manually input your race. We'll do Leonin. And you manually input your background here. I'll do Raptor, just cause. And then you manually input your class. So if you're a Shield Knight, you would input Shield Knight. And then you can select what hit dice you get there. And then you can leave all this stuff at auto. And once you have that,
Where am I pulling the backgrounds and all that from?
this would just be the usual D&D backgrounds.
That's what I had confused.
Yeah. So yeah, once you have all this, you just click the arrows over. This is where you input your ability scores, which we are doing my standard. You roll 4d6 6 times, record all the numbers, and you can re-roll up to 2 ones from that set.
Quick. These characters, are they they're pre-generated, right? Basically, besides like the stats and everything, or are they just anything we create?
Sorry, what do you mean?
So like, do you have like a body to give us that like?
Oh,
say...
yeah, no. So you can pick whatever race, whatever background you want. The only thing that your champion does is it will lock you to your starting nation. So when you're working on your backstory, you just make sure that you're a character from that region. Which, since I've got everybody here, I can give you all the individual gazetteers on your own separate nations, so you can get planning. Also, obviously, I'm open to you adding whatever you want for your background if you want to make like a town or something too.
Okay. So hit dice was D10.
Yeah, it's sort of like Dragon Age Origins, where it's like you can make your own character, but they have a starting point.
Yep.
Okay, and the dice generation is 4d6 minus the lowest roll.
Nah, so you do 46s, do it 6 times, record each individual number you roll. So you do like a 6, a 2, a 3, a 3. You record 6, 2, 3, 3. Do that 6 times.
Okay.
And then once you have your full set of 6, you can choose 2 ones from anything there, and you can re-roll it. But you got to use whatever you get. So if you roll another one again, tough luck.
Well, I have some dice in my hand. I will start rolling numbers. Actually,
Does the site come with a dice roller, or do you have to have our own dice?
It not for stats. But once you actually have everything, it works similar to D&D Beyond, where it just gives you a box and you can click the box and it'll roll it for you. And then it also has like individual dice rolls too.
Yeah,
So
I'll probably work on that tomorrow. I got a half day, so.
yeah, so got all that. None of you got to worry about the spellcasting shit here because none of you decided to be spellcasters.
I thought tacticians were kind of spellcasters.
No.
They're not a spell list, but they have
not-
like
yeah.
yeah.
They've got they've got their battle plans, which are kind of spelly, I guess. And then for here, you want to make sure you're on the 2024 rules. And then you can ignore coin weight. And then you can pick whatever theme you want.
What are the spellcasters per se?
That would be here, I'll go to the fast menu over here. So you got the Pyromancer as a spellcaster, the Dark Spell is a spellcaster, the Stone Sage is a spellcaster, the Dustcloak spellcasts a bit, and then the Blind Seer.
Okay, so those are like the ones that will actually have spell lists.
Yeah, the Pyromancer, the Stone Sage, and the Blind Seer are full casters. The Dustcloak is a third caster, like a Eldritch Knight or a fucking Arcane Trickster Rogue, and then the Dark Spell is a half caster, similar to a Warlock. They do get 9th levels. They do get 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th level spells, but it's literally just the Mythic Arcanum, like it is for Warlocks, where they pick one spell, they can cast it once a day. You can also, the Alchemist also is a 5th caster or a half caster as well. The Alchemist has spells too.
Real quick, you said reroll 2 singular ones, right?
Yes.
Okay. I know which ones I'm rolling.
So yeah, once you have all this stuff set here on Hero's Diary, you would just click the little check mark there. It'll bring you to the full thing here. And from here, you can edit your stuff. So you can go here to features. I guess, so this is one of my players in the Razor Wake game. Tune in Mondays, starting next week, for those watching. But yeah, you literally can just click the plus button here, and it will give you a little box that you can fill in all the stuff here for. And then, to your question, Abby, see, you can just click the boxes, and it'll roll for you. spell attack, intimidation, and then the individual die rolls are up here in the left. You also got a short and a long rest button up here as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that worked. So, with Hero's Diary, do we share our character sheets in some way with you, or is it just like?
Yeah, so once you have it all, you can export the character sheet. It will give you a JSON file, and you can just share that with me, and then I can load your guys' character sheets.
Sweet.
There is I don't think there is like a session thing in here, so a little bit of honor system here when you guys make your rolls, but should be fine.
Oh man.
Dang, I can't believe you all rolled natural 20s all the time.
Well, I mean, I did get one max roll, but I got a couple of pretty low ones too. So, we're taking off the lowest number on these, right?
Yes.
Sweet. My rerolls did absolutely nothing for me.
Classic.
Yeah, that's the story of my life. So like, say if I'm a Goliath, because you know how I am, I like to play my big boys. Do we get the racial?
No, not with the 2024 rules. You get your ability score improvements from your background.
Okay. I need to look at backgrounds.
And then just for my own little record here, a little general chat, we've got Shield Knight, Dragon Knight, Blind Mystic, and Tactician. Those are y'all's champions chosen. After stream, I will share with you guys in DMs your specific little gazetteer on the nation that your champion heralds from. Or hails from, not heralds from.
I am a herald.
I made the nation. I'm the king of the nation. Me.
Oh, it's
And
background.
technically nothing preventing a character from saying that they are, even though they aren't. How well that will go for you, who knows?
Did that help you understand the Hero's Diary a bit better, Spotty?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay if I kind of I may have to dig through D&D Beyond just to kind of as a side thing to roll and figure out what the hell everything is. Else, it's going to take me a while to dig and find resources.
Yeah, sure.
Part of me wants to become a noble, but I don't know. I don't know how to act high society. Sage has the shortest, has the best TLDR.
Doubly make sure you're using the 2024 versions of the backgrounds too that give you origin feats.
Mine only showed 2014. It's probably because I don't have
Oh,
24 in my dealio. Let me see real quick.
yeah. Maybe I'll make a little D&D Beyond campaign so y'all can just check out the other shit.
I do have one of your campaigns I can look into. If you don't mind me making an unassigned character in this, just for resources.
Which one was that? I may have disabled.
Argent and Iron.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Well then, we're getting up on time, so got a little 10-minute question section here. Y'all have any questions or anything? Obviously, if something comes up, you can ask me throughout the week, or I guess 2 weeks, since first session will be the 23rd.
I was gonna say that was actually about to be my question. Thank you.
He wanted dates.
I just wanted to know because I know this week I have 2 sessions. Next week I'll have two sessions. I'm really curious at how my own party continues with how messed up that session's gonna be.
Nah, we're all fucked. Absolute fucked.
Yeah, that kind of went downhill quick, didn't it?
Yep.
Not even. 20
Looking
minutes
forward to the next campaign.
Not even 20 minutes into the game, and it's already cracked open a little bit.
Yep.
I have a feeling there's a way to get around that.
Yeah, I don't see till the 2024 stuff on any of these. Neither with Birdie or with Tatsi.
Yeah, you'd have to be in one of my campaigns.
Okay. Neither of those are part of the camp. Okay.
Oh yeah, there is. You've got that character you made for the one shot, right?
Yes.
You should be able to see him in there.
Let's see.
No, never mind. I disabled content sharing.
There. Yep. That's why. I'm like, huh. Okay.
There you go.
Ooh.
Let me know when you're done though, because I only get a set amount of those that I can do.
Oh yeah.
so.
No, it's fine. Oh,
They limit it
didn't do
now?
anything yet.
No.
It's
D&D's
always been
gotta make
limited.
the money, man.
Yeah. You may have to do like a refresh or something.
You can be proficient in bowls. What?
Sounds like some third party shit.
It really does, because I'm looking through, because the skilled feat. It's like, what do you want to be? Choose a skill or tool, and bowls pops up under bird pipes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Musical instrument. Bowls. Fill them with various lengths of water. Or I guess volumes of water, and then run your circle around the rim, you know?
It's really funny. I can be shield boy that's proficient with the harp.
Oh.
Okay, I'll do that. Oh, bowls is a gaming set.
Oh.
What?
Huh. Weird. What would that
Yeah.
even be? You're just like Is
is
it
it
like
the-
fucking 3-card Monty where you got the ball hidden underneath the bowl, you know?
I was thinking the rig game where you have like one pebble under the bowl, 3 bowls.
Yeah,
and you're just,
that's
like,
3
shuffling
card.
around.
That's 3-card Monty.
Is 3-card Monty? Okay.
Yeah, just
Um,
different medium, same game.
I'm thinking Avatar: The Airbender.
Yeah.
So. Let's stick
I almost went Azula. I called that shit right out the gate.
do that. Just kind of rolled mid on the rest of this, to be honest.
Well, that should just about cover up everything for today. Looking forward to playing. I hope you all are too. And
Oh,
just
yeah.
because I have them, once more, boom, title screen. Psh. And then we also got, you ready for this one? Boom, AFK screen.
Oh yeah.
What?
And,
Awesome.
and now we go to the end screen.
Oh, this is so good.
Well, yeah, thanks everybody who tuned in. Hopefully we'll see you all Monday. Hopefully we'll start session 1 of Razorwake, then do a little Mad Maxing in the desert.
We shall see.
Yeah, I will talk to y'all later.